we're going to jump into a sales call review for one of my clients inside the Unicorn Closer Mastermind. Let's jump into this sales call review.
Okay. So I've read your application. I've got like the tiniest bit of context. I am curious. You look distracted.
I see that like
Okay, so two things straight away. On any sales call, your foundation to success is your state. No tactics, no gimmicks, no word tracks are going to make any difference if you're in the wrong state. And so when I'm opening up a sales call, the first thing I'm looking at is not what the closer is saying or how they're saying it, but where are they saying it from? What is their internal mode of operation? So this closer here is called Harry. And the first thing I can see is that Harry's trying to be cool. I got the tiniest bit of details. And so I am curious. It's not real. He doesn't need to say, I've got the tiniest bit of details in the way he said it. You can say, I've got a tiny bit of details here. And so I'm curious in your own opinion, blah, 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 blah. The point is, I know those words and I know that tonality, and it is my words that I've given Harry. That is how to open up a sales call the right way. But the way he's delivering it is not coming from a place of truly, genuinely being tuned in to serve the prospect. And immediately you'll start shifting the prospect's reciprocity to you. In other words, how they're taking what you're going to say, and it's going to go downhill from here, unless, which is a rarity, the closer changes their state or how they're showing up midway through the sales call. So we'll see what happens, but straight away, the energy and the state of the closer is not authentic. And I can feel it straight away. It gives me the heebie-jeebies, and the prospect's going to feel the same. Now let's see what the prospect's about to say.
you're recording this call. I don't know if I feel super comfortable with that.
Why is that?
I don't know. Like,
So even the state that the closer's in is why the why is that came out as very cold. Why is that? As opposed to, okay, interesting. What is it, if anything, specifically about the call being recorded that you're not that comfortable about? You see how the way I'm phrasing it, and it's not a word track. I'm not saying write down the way Josh phrased it. The way I'm phrasing it is coming from my state. My state is I'm considering the prospect. I'm caring about the prospect. I'm empathizing with them. I'm still curious. I'm still challenging. I'm not just going to roll over like a dead dog and placate or supplicate myself to the prospect and say, oh, no worries, I'll just turn off the recording. No, I'm going to be curious. I'm going to hold my line of leadership. But the way that I would deliver that versus the way Harry is only a difference in the identity that I'm showing up as when I turn up to the sales call. Okay?
I don't like me. I don't know where you upload this. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't upload them anywhere. It's just for internal purposes. We're required to do it.
Again, if you were truly caring about the prospect, you wouldn't just say, yeah, we don't upload it, blah, 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 because that's just dismissive. Instead, it would come across more like, if you were just in the right state, yeah, I understand that. That makes total sense. For your information, this is not uploaded anywhere. We don't post it anywhere. It is literally going to stay internally in our account. And if you'd like, I can explain to you why we do that. If you'd like, I can explain to you why we do that. Now, I'm saying if you'd like to kind of work with the prospect, even though I'm going to tell you anyway, because I'm not going to turn off the recording. So it's all about how you deliver things. And how you deliver things is not writing out the word tracks and practicing the tonality. It's coming from the right place, and then it will come out authentically.
For like consumer compliance.
So would it be okay for me to turn off my video?
I mean, if you would like, you can turn the video off. I can't turn the recording off.
Okay.
But if you're concerned about this potentially going anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
it's not. It's just for internal purposes. But we can
Sure.
continue like this. Yeah, that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to be fully present and focused.
So again, like I don't like the way that the prospect was, the closer was coming across harsh and direct, and then now has completely backed off and said, yeah, okay, you can turn off your video. And that's the problem. It's called going too high and then going too low. When you swing your emotions, your energy, your identity too high, it has to rebound. And that's why one of the key things you need to do as a closer is have a level, stable identity and state, not too elated and not too far down, regardless of if you've just closed a bunch of deals or lost a bunch of deals. Your state, your identity is not too high and not too low. And what that would have meant is that the closer, Harry, would have not come across so harsh in the way he was asking what's going on about the recording. And then because he would have not been so harsh, which is, we could say, high up, he wouldn't have to come so far down as like a rebound to balance it by accepting that the prospect turns off their camera. Prospect turning off their camera, I wouldn't accept that, because I want to look you in the fucking eyes and have a real conversation with you. And therefore I'm doing it for you. I'm saying I want to look you in the eyes, not wanting the prospect to keep their camera on for me. It's for them. It's so that I can connect with them. I can care about them. I can look into their soul and find if this is affecting them and how it's affecting them, and see if it makes sense for us to help them. Everything in my modus operandi as a closer comes from, I'm going to do what's going to serve you best. And I know as human beings, people typically don't do what's going to serve themselves best. And so I'm going to hold that line. How many deals have you already lost this week that you could have closed but didn't because you were out of state? I'm not a fan of sales hacks, but if there was one thing you could do before your next sales call to raise your closing percentage, it's using my patented pre-call checklist. Imagine taking just 60 seconds to read 5 to 7 personalized bullet points on a piece of paper, and as unbelievable as it may sound, puts you into the optimal state to access your highest sales skills on every call. That's the pre-call checklist. I'm going to show you how to create your own. All you need is a piece of paper and to go through the training that I'm going to give you. Thousands of salespeople have used this framework to close more deals, and you can have your own for free. No strings attached, in a matter of minutes. Click the link below this video, enter your email, and grab it right now.